Applause, and I don't want to cause any controversy, so I won't say any names. But this individual, Donald Trump, I can't stand. Melania Trump had already experienced stormy headlines, awkward hand-holding refusals, and a husband who frequently posted on social media, but nothing could have prepared her for this. Meet Eminem, microphone in hand, ready to criticize Donald Trump in a way that no political debate ever could. Eminem's words quickly spread online, gaining widespread attention. While Trump reacted, the internet was set ablaze. Meanwhile, Melania reportedly had her own reactions to the situation, though she remained mostly private. Eminem took aim at Trump's leadership, suggesting that he played to a base that believed he had their best interests in mind, while Eminem argued otherwise. His words were sharp, and his performance left no room for ambiguity. Eminem had criticized political figures before, including past presidents. But this time, it resonated differently. Perhaps it was the growing frustration with political controversies or the fact that Trump, who often thrived on public attention, was now on the receiving end of intense criticism. Eminem acknowledged that speaking on Trump frustrated him, as he struggled to convey all his thoughts at once. Trump's time in office was marked by numerous controversies, from his social media presence to legal battles and media conflicts. Eminem stepped into the conversation with his signature sharp delivery, leaving little room for misinterpretation. His freestyle wasn't just music, it was a direct response to Trump's leadership and the political climate of the time. Eminem questioned how certain voters related to a billionaire who, in his view, had never faced significant hardship. He continued his sharp critique, calling out Trump's past business failures, legal troubles, and controversies. Eminem also addressed issues of inequality, noting that while the U.S. had made progress over the decades, there was still much work to be done. He expressed frustration with the state of the nation, saying that, despite progress, many issues remained unresolved. Ultimately, Trump, who had long sought validation from celebrities and public figures, found himself at the center of one of Eminem's most direct lyrical attacks. Late-night monologue, and now the subject of an Eminem takedown so sharp it felt personal. Eminem didn't just highlight insecurity, he magnified it, ensuring the whole world saw it. The intensity of the freestyle wasn't just in the lyrics, it was in the delivery. This wasn't the polished, radio-friendly Eminem, this was Slim Shady unleashed, unfiltered, and unapologetic. His face contorted with raw emotion, his voice cutting through the beat like a battle cry. You could feel the frustration, the exhaustion of watching political chaos unfold while the man at the center of it all fired off social media rants. And that's what made it resonate. It wasn't just another political critique from a news anchor or a carefully worded op-ed. This was raw, unfiltered anger, something people could feel. It spoke to the disillusionment, the rage, the sheer disbelief at the state of things. Eminem didn't just rap what people were thinking, he screamed it, making sure it echoed far beyond the recording booth. The moment the freestyle dropped, social media exploded. Fans dissected every line, debating which punch hit hardest. Even those who weren't typically into politics found themselves nodding along, caught up in the sheer energy of it all. Because when someone with Eminem's cultural weight speaks, people listen, regardless of political affiliation. Trump had spent years cultivating an image of invincibility, but Eminem reminded everyone that no amount of wealth or power could shield someone from scrutiny. And when that scrutiny was delivered at rapid-fire speed with lyrical precision, there was no dodging it, no tweet, no spin, no deflection could make it disappear. As expected, the response came. A familiar pattern, an early morning social media post, the digital equivalent of throwing a tantrum. Maybe it started with the usual insults, calling Eminem washed up, a loser, or claiming he was never that great to begin with. The irony? Eminem's career was still thriving while Trump's influence had shifted into new territory. Then came the deflections, perhaps an attempt to downplay the entire thing, insisting he didn't even know who Eminem was. The same man who had been name-dropped in rap songs for decades was now pretending to be clueless. A tactic used before, but one that didn't always land. Things escalated, maybe an ally or family member was sent to run damage control, an impassioned, defensive response, claiming Eminem was desperate for relevance. But who was truly seeking relevance? The multi-platinum artist still selling out stadiums, or the former leader navigating shifting public perception? And then came the biggest dilemma: what to do when legal action isn't an option. Eminem didn't fabricate anything, he simply laid it all out in lyrical form, holding up a mirror in a way that couldn't be spun. No lawsuit, no legal threats, just hard-hitting words delivered with precision, and that's what made it even more powerful. Eminem didn't just criticize, he stripped away the illusion of invulnerability. And in the aftermath, silence can sometimes be the loudest response of all. Attention, because if he stayed quiet, it meant admitting defeat. It meant letting the internet run wild, letting the memes pile up, letting the late-night hosts have their fun. And most painful of all, it meant conceding that he had once again lost the battle for cultural relevance. I'm right. I'm always right. I'm Donald Trump. I'm always, applause, right. I know a winner when I see one, and Donald Trump is telling you right now, Slim Shady is a winner. For someone who has spent his life seeking validation from celebrities, there was no greater insult. And just like that, the internet did what it does best, turning a moment into a global spectacle. Within minutes, Eminem's freestyle was everywhere. Social media exploded with reactions. The hashtags were trending, the memes relentless, the responses widespread. Comedians wasted no time jumping in, and late-night hosts crafted their monologues to add another jab to the chaos. Someone even mashed up Trump's signature dance moves from his rallies with Eminem's lyrics, creating a remix that quickly went viral. Then came the AI-generated parodies. Clips of Trump speaking were edited into deepfake freestyles attempting a response to Eminem. The auto-tuned result sounded bizarre, with references to campaign slogans and exaggerated claims, all set to a beat no one asked for. The internet ran with it. Meanwhile, influencers and musicians joined the conversation. Some artists subtly referenced Eminem's lines in cryptic tweets, while others simply posted popcorn emojis, watching the moment unfold. A few even hinted at releasing their own responses. The message was clear: Trump had stepped into a cultural arena that operated by different rules, and it wasn't just an internet moment, it was a cultural shift. With every meme, joke, and remix, the one thing Trump valued most, control over the narrative, was slipping further away. Hip-hop has long been a voice of the people, a raw and unfiltered megaphone for the frustrations and realities that traditional media often sanitizes. Unlike polished political commentary, rap doesn't do scripted talking points or careful spin. It delivers unfiltered perspectives with rhythm and force. Eminem's freestyle wasn't just a diss track, it was a statement. A reminder that music has the power to cut through the noise like nothing else. While mainstream media debates the impact of Trump's words, hip-hop takes a direct approach. It doesn't aim for balance or diplomacy, it speaks its truth, unapologetically. And when a rapper calls out a public figure, it resonates differently. It doesn't feel like another political segment, it feels like the people speaking, with a beat. Trump has repeatedly tried to make pop culture his battleground, but history suggests it rarely ends in his favor. Whether it's Hollywood, late-night television, or hip-hop, he often finds himself at odds with the very cultural forces he tries to engage with. You know why they bring in other people? He once asked at a rally. They bring in so-called stars, stars I've never even heard of. They bring in some people, and what happens? They get a little bit of a crowd. But not crowds like this. And they have guitars. Trump has often sought approval from the entertainment industry, but each time he enters a public feud with an artist, the backlash is swift. This wasn't just another critique, it was another chapter in his ongoing clash with pop culture. And if history has shown anything, it's that no amount of social media responses, campaign rallies, or celebrity endorsements can prevent the internet from running with the moment. And now, the big question: does Trump respond? If past behavior is any indication, the chances are high. His history suggests he rarely lets a challenge go unanswered. Whether or not he engages, the internet has already made up its mind.